Hi everyone. I don't know if you're there or not. I appear to be having some technical difficulties. I live rural and my internet doesn't always work very well. So far I've not been able to pull up the live. But I went ahead and got started in advance because I have a lot of these to get done today. So I just put a nice yellow orange base down. I'm coming back with some teal. And for those of you who do not know me, my name is Linda Anderson with Aqueous Silk LLC, and we are working on a project for a friend of mine. She lost her son at 12 weeks, I believe it was, and so she started a foundation called Lion Heart Owen Foundation, and we're working on handkerchiefs that will be distributed to the parents with children on the heart floor at Children's Hospital, Los Angeles. And so we're just making bright, cheerful colors. The people that are obviously in the hospital type situation need things that are cheerful. And since it is the symbol for the Lion Heart Owen Foundation is a heart, we will be placing a heart in the center of each bandana, not bandana, but handkerchief. And I hope you've all had a fantastic Monday. It's been a very busy Monday. The office job was just crazy nuts today. And this is just a nice way to relax and end the day. I have the garage door open tonight because it's very nice outside. So hopefully you'll be able to see. If I have to close it so you can see better, I certainly will do that. Let me check to see if I can pull up the live yet. I have satellite internet, and I tell you, I despise it. It's definitely not one of my favorite things in the world. So I can't see your comments. My phone is just, you know what, I think I'll restart my phone. Maybe that will help. When I get down to it, I will restart it. I'm not in a great big hurry here. I'd like to see where you are and where you're from. How many of you are watching tonight? This is Ebru water marbling. I'm just floating the paint on the surface of the water, and then I will manipulate it into a design that I like, and then I will, with the help of my husband, will print some handkerchiefs. The colors will never blend together. They just push one against one another, and the more paint that's in the tray, the more vibrant the colors become. I was looking at the ones that are still hanging. I haven't pulled them down from the drying rod yet, and they just look so pretty. I'm very pleased with the way they were turning out. See if I can get this to work. Alright, I'm just going to shut down my phone. And then come back to it in a couple minutes. So I use any number of tools when I'm working at the tray to make different designs. Again, I can't tell if you're here or not because of the lovely internet we have here. Alright. And as you can see, I just moved that and pulled it towards me and moved it back and forth. And that creates a design in the paint that's on the tray. And now I will just come and swirl. And I just kicked an empty bottle under the table. I mix these in big 3-gallon bottles, mix the fluid, the water, and I just set them down under the table. And I have little feet, but somehow I managed to always kick what's under the table. And this is my very favorite part of this whole thing, is just manipulating the paint. Okay, I'm going to stop and turn my phone back on. Again, I can't tell who's here since I cannot see I can't see the iPad screen, and I can't see my phone because it's still coming back up. Now I'm just going to drop a spot of red every so often so that we can print the handkerchief. 4 of them will fit on this tray. Oh, and I bet you can't hear me because I forgot I have the volume turned down. Let me come and fix that. Let's see. I'm going to jiggle this a minute. Sorry, guys. There, I turned it all the way up. Hi from Missouri, or hi Missouri, Melissa, Toby, Linda. Hey, there's my brother. Shelly, Bridget, Karen. Hello, hello. Let's see if my phone's gonna work. Okay, let's see if I can see everybody here. Just doesn't look like my app on my phone wants to work tonight. Like I said, the joy of living rural. So, okay, let's try again. So now I'm just going to make hearts out of the dots that I dropped. I couldn't, the computer didn't want to work tonight because of our lovely internet, so nothing has been functioning well. I was pleased to see I have someone watching, to know I'm actually broadcasting. I need to get my assistant here. I'm ready to print, dear. So while I wait for him to come out and help me, hi Dina, hi Nikki. Yeah. I had someone from Trinidad, I think, on here last night, Tim. Tim's on tonight. So these are the handkerchiefs. They're just plain white. Remember to pull. Okay. He stole my rag that I forgot to bring over. Okay. We can fit 4 of these in the tray at a time. Perfect. All right, let's see if that's going to work this time. This totally was not working before. Oh, hey, there's everyone. All right. Clever, Tim. Hi, Jennifer from Ohio. Be sure to share this video with someone that you think might want to see it. I'd just love to have new people on my page watching. I love sharing what I'm doing. Pull. Great. All right, there's the first 4 done. Just that quickly. Now I'm going to pull it up out of the tray. And for those of you who are new, again, this is Ebru water marbling. And look at that. There's one. And it's just floating paint on the surface of the water. Then we print, as usually it's a silk scarf in this size of tray. And I just put the pieces into the fresh water. It just rinses the excess paint off of the piece. And the size, the size is the water that's in the tray. That's what they call the size. And here's the last one. And there's the first 4 done. Looks like the lighting is okay. Now that I can see what everybody's saying, be sure to tell me if you can't see. Like I said, I have the garage door open. It's really, really, really smoking here. Oh, you couldn't see it when I held it up? Oh yeah, it's too far back, isn't it? And I can't drip it over the ones that are already in the tray. So I'll go over them when I'm done for this evening. I'll go over all of them. I'll bring them forward on the tray. So I just can't drip over it when something's already in the tray. Now I'm, for those of you who are new, I'm cleaning out the tray, the leftover paint. This is exactly the same procedure as if this was cloth, but I'm just using the paper to get the excess paint out. So then I can start fresh. Thanks, Tim. I hope all is well over in Oregon. I have now a daughter and a brother and a sister-in-law and some nieces and nephews over in, or a niece and some nephew, couple nephews in Oregon. My daughter just moved there. Yep, this is my little piece of magic, Tim. This is my brother that I'm talking with, and he is an actual artist. He can actually take paint and pencil and such and make things that actually people recognize. So I get to stay with the stuff that's a little more abstract. Okay. So I have just a little strip along the edge that has not yet been covered, so I need to cover that just to get the paint out of the edges. Because I want it to be completely clear when I start the next tray. And if there's any color left that has sunk to the bottom of the tray, well, that's not a very straight piece. How am I going to get the edge with that? It won't impact the design because we only use the surface. It's all based on surface tension. That's what makes the paint float. And if you break that surface tension, and there I go, kicking the bucket or the jars again. see how this looks. Get my waste bucket over here. Yeah, the lighting is really different tonight. It's very, very smoky here. And so it's like it's all overcast. Oh, this piece is just falling apart here. Now, my brother lived in Texas for many years, and so that's his favorite question is, what part of Texas is that in, no matter what you say. All right. This is just, the paper's just coming apart really quickly tonight. I see little bits that are left in here. So I'll just run the paper down the length of the tray, trying to get anything that I see that's floating. All right. Hi, Carrie. How are you? Welcome, welcome. I've already done one tray. I've got 4 more to do, so I want to get this show on the road. I actually cheated, and then I had some technical difficulties. I started filling the tray a little early since that's what takes the longest time. Hi, Shelly. Let me see if I'll get over on the other side and see you have a question. The water has a little bit of seaweed powder in it just to make it a little bit thicker to support the paint. Not much, it doesn't take a lot. But it's just a little bit. Sometimes these bubbles don't want to pop. There we go. I guess if I'd stop leaning on the table. Now, I will not be live tomorrow night if we don't get done, because tomorrow night's the night I start my water aerobics. So if you never hear from me again, you know I didn't survive that ordeal. But I'm hopeful that it's going to be fun. All right, so here we go. So I filled the tray. I'm going to start with a white base this time. I started with the orange last time. I so badly want to do a long scarf, but I've got to stay focused on what I'm supposed to be doing. I'm so excited that the labels we had custom made arrived today. So as soon as I get everything printed and dry, I will heat set it and then sit right down at the sewing machine and attach the labels. So I was so excited. I couldn't remember. I was not expecting them to come so quickly. So when I got the package today, I was thinking, what the heck? And then I opened it and there were the labels. I was so thrilled. So I'm just dropping these one at a time. Try not to trip on the bucket here. Again, the more paint you have in the tray, the more vibrant the colors, and we want nice, vibrant colors. I could do this in a smaller tray. I do have a smaller one that's probably 26 by 26. But I can't get 2 handkerchiefs in, and I'd have to clean it after every single printing. So this makes more sense to just do it in the big tray. and do 4 of them at a time. I'm just trying to fill this tray up with paint. I knew you were going to say something like that, Tim. I was just waiting for that. So predictable. All right, and now I'm going to go down the other side. And again, you don't want to just stream it in there because that will break the tension of the surface and cause the paint to sink, not float. I'm always so excited to get this part done and start putting the fun colors in. I think on this tray, I'm going to use all the tools, all the things, and then drop the hearts in. I don't think I've done one that has all the tools. Maybe I did yesterday. I'm old, and yesterday was a long time ago. I swear there's some days I don't remember my own name. Yeah, I definitely like it better than reefing. I was getting frustrated trying to find the ribbons, trying to find the wreath forms, all that. I love making wreaths, but I just find this is so much more relaxing and enjoyable. So we're going to try something totally new. I've not tried this before. And again, you can get as crazy with the colors and the color placement, but I'm going to try something very lineal. Is that the name? In a line? I think that linear. All right. So I kind of went in a line with green, and now let's see, what do we want to add? Let's add this light blue. Tim, there are artists that do this that can actually draw on this medium. It's just fantastic. I can't even imagine. It's just beautiful what they can do. I can do a flower sometimes. So what do you think we should put this? Green, blue, white, and yellow maybe? Oh, there I go, leaning on the tray again. The water, you can see it start moving. You can use any natural fabric. Obviously, it's going to need to get wet, be able to get wet. I use cotton. I've done a hat. Actually, I just did my second show taking like ball caps and visors, just the cotton ones, and they were my best seller. I did do quite a few scarves this last time, but for the most part, the hats, people love the hats. And I do have some darker colors, thinking maybe some gentlemen would like to do hats. And most of them don't care for, you know, the bright, flashy. Some of them do, but trying to give options. But like I said yesterday, I've ordered a new brand of paint to try, and they have more than just, oh, Tim, if you're still here, Your sister makes very good baby poop colors. I'm not very good at blending or mixing colors together, because these colors will blend before you put them on the surface of the water. And I'm not good at that. Oh, thank you, Karen. I appreciate that. Let's see. We need something else. Did you notice the green down the center? The sizes of the dots got smaller as I added the yellow. So now let's add, let's see. I think we'll add a little bit of this color here. But I tried to mix. I watched the videos. I bought a card that tells you, oh, add this to this, and this makes that, and then you add some of this. But none of it tells you how much to add. I'm definitely not doing something right. But I've done, they say you can do this on leather. You can do it on paper, silk, cotton. I haven't tried it on a wool. I don't know how that would work very well. So now this is a little bit more subtle, the color design. So now, again, like I said, we're going to use all the things on this one. Okay, where's my rag? Let me wipe this off. Y'all hear my, oh, listen to me. I'm picking up the y'all thing. Can you hear my sprinklers out there? Just trying to get excess paint off of the teeth of the rake. And once again, I'm just going to pull it straight this time. Okay. And since I still have a tooth missing on my rake, I need to get the skewer and pull it this way, right here. There we go. And now I am going to use this one. I am just sliding it directly down. There we go. There's one. See how wide the teeth are in this coat? Whoops, I don't want it to drip on there. It'll make a spot. And so now we're going to come back with this one that's really close together. Go. Now I'll go ahead and drop in the hearts. So this one's a little bit more subtle, a little bit quieter, but the hearts are really going to pop off. Yeah, I could do kind of something like that, Tim. I need to get the other paints and get them figured out, because the mixing of the paints with a dispersant and water to make them float. And there's a wide variety of colors. Whoops. Now see that there was a little drop that bounced out here. So this one's going to have 2 hearts on it. So when the drop hit that one's going to have 2 also. When the drop hit the surface of the water, one little piece bolted off in its own direction, so we have one little bitty piece. But I need to get better colors. I've got a pretty good kind of a tannish color, but I'm going to start with this baby one and just kind of make a baby heart. And see, I just pull that out. Oh, there I am leaning on it. Do you see it moving when I lean on the table? All right. Oops, I've got these two to do. There we go. All right, let me get my assistant. Ready for the next one? I hear a heavy sigh from the other room. Yeah, but I'm excited to try the new paint so I can, one of the colors, the test colors I bought was a fluorescent pink. No, I know, Tim, that's not camouflage, but I bought some really cool colors, I think, just to test. And they're going to be here next week, so I don't have time to wait for that to get this project complete, so pull tight. Move to it this way. Boy, that heart really stands out on this one. Look at that. Isn't it just like magic? Don't drop it. Wouldn't that be a catastrophe to drop the towel in the center of my paint? I kind of like these. They have a whole different look from the other ones. And this one has two little hearts on it. All right. Thank you, dear. Okay, I will start at... No, I can't. I have to start up here, guys. I know you can't see them, and I can't dribble it over. All right. At the end, I'll be sure to show you all of the ones. I'm not even going to try to show you this first one because I know you can't see it. I'll hold this one up. I don't know if you'll be able to see it. Yeah. Oh, I could do it. I can get a lot of those colors with this new paint. But I just have to learn how to mix it into the right consistency, and then I mean, just about any color that's out there is already pre-mixed, so everything doesn't have to be baby green or brown. So obviously this one's a little quieter compared to the other ones we've done. All right. Into the bucket of water it goes, and that just rinses off any excess paint and any of the medium from the tray that's left inside or on the surface of it. Thank you, Carolyn. I hope I'm not being too repetitive for everyone. I know we always have new people watching, so. And again, this just cleans the excess paint out of the tray. Thank you, Barbara. Yeah, I still can't figure out how they just drag a small piece down the tray and clear out all the paint. I try that, and then it ends up being, I just kind of, I don't know, I get some of the paint out, but the rest of it's just floating around, and I can't catch it. So, I still have a lot to learn about this, but I absolutely love doing it. And when I put this down, you can see there's some spots that are dry, and that's bubbles under there. Okay, yes, you get back to work, you lollygagging little brother. I'll talk to you later, okay? You take care. I love you. But this is, this craft, I hope I'm not repeating, and everybody here already knows the story, but the craft art form was, they believe, created or came to life in the 15th century. And in Middle Asia, love you too. And they brought it forward. It used to be just for the end pages of books. But then when printing, we even had it here quite a bit. But when paper became readily available, well, we've already kind of always had it, but not to that degree we do now. And very much more cost effective to print, then end pages kind of went away. So, I just need a little piece to drag it with. It was almost lost, and someone picked it up again and found out that with acrylic paints, before you couldn't do it on cloth because the inks that they used to use for this were not conducive to, you know, they wouldn't hold up to laundering and things like that. All right, I think we're ready to start again. So with the creation of acrylic paints, now we can wash these. You know, silks need to be hand washed. I throw my sneakers that I did, those cheap $5 Walmart sneakers, I toss those right into the wash with the load of towels. And then I set them out in the sun to dry. I don't put them in the dryer, mostly because I can't stand the pounding. And they do just fine. And I've worn them and worn them. I wear them at every outing that I go to, along with the hat I had on yesterday. I'm just popping some of the bubbles here that the little skewer won't get. Sometimes I try to use a skewer and it just pushes them around. Alright, so now we're going to use this one, the teal, for the base. Hope I have enough of this. This is one I mixed. All I had to do was use some white, though, so no off colors could be created. This is just a little bit brighter teal than the other one. And if I wanted, I could fill half of the tray with this teal, the other half with the other teal, or the center with this and that. Oh, let's do that. I'm going to do the center with this color, and then I'm going to use the darker one for the outer edges. What do you think? I love playing with color. I've done some pieces of cotton that I want to make into a pillow, or several pillows, but I just haven't had time since I've had this underway to sit down and sew it all. And I'd love to make some pieces for a quilt. So now we're just going to take, I'm just doing one more drop down the center with this color. There's not much of that left. This is something you can totally get lost in. It's so enjoyable and so relaxing. Whenever I'm working at a market or a craft fair and people grab the dropper, and I always tell them it comes out really quickly, and so you just have to be gentle when you're tipping the bottle over. And a lot of times they will do, okay, and then they just tip it over and it really comes out quickly, and it shocks them every time. But you get a hang, kind of the hang of it, and you know what to expect, and you know how it's going to feel. And usually by the second color, they've got it down. Kids are the ones that really want to squeeze it. All right, isn't that pretty? All right, what do we want to use? Shall we use some bright orange with it? Any color suggestions to go with this? This is called Ebru Water Marbling, EBRU. Do I have any color suggestions to go with the teal? Shall we do purple and white? Hot pink. I don't have a hot pink. I only have a very, very, very light pink. My hot pink is on the way. Purple, yeah, I was kind of thinking purple too. Red and orange. I can't use red because the red is always the hearts. So I can use it just about any color. Let's use purple and then maybe some orange. And this time I'm going to use a little bit, a different technique. If I can get it to, this is just a little more random. This is actually called throwing stones. You can do it with a brush, or you can just kind of shake the bottle, and it gives you different random sizes of droplets. And I'm such a person that likes, if it's over there, it has to be over here, that this is a really good thing for me to do, to kind of shake things up a little bit. Just trying to get the drips off the tip. I wonder, what do you think? Maybe I'll use this orange and then a little bit of the light blue, do you think? Unicorn colors. I love it. Okay, I'm going to just sprinkle this one too. I'm going to just throw stones with this. I'd use my little brush, but I'm afraid I'd get paint everywhere. I like to do that one outside in the backyard. I already have enough paint on my garage floor. But see how this just gives it an entirely different look than what I've been doing. Okay. Hopefully I'm not getting any on my shirt. I didn't think to change clothes before I started this. Took off my skirt and threw on some shorts, and that was it. Now remember, we put the lighter teal in the center. The master artists, when they are creating, they just fill the tray using the throwing the stones method, and then they create their artwork on top of that. Did I use yellow already? That's orange, I think. I think this is going to turn out really pretty when I manipulate it. Yes, I can, and that's exactly what I was thinking, Carolyn. Whoops. I just went out of the tray. Okay, so let's swirl this one. Where'd my, here it is. So I can just do this. So instead of all of the, like if I pulled it with a tool, they would all go the same way. These are all going opposite. Yeah, if anyone is considering going to Crafters Convention, I will be there. I will give a presentation, and the tray will be open to create your own scarves or hats. Oh, look how pretty that is. Oh, I love it. I love it. Now I need to drop in the hearts. But Crafters Convention is in Collinsville, Illinois. It's, whoops, I'm leaning on the tray again. It is October 19th and 20th, I believe. I'm driving out from Idaho, and I leave on the 16th. So whatever that Friday and Saturday, whatever the numbers of that is when it is in Collinsville, Illinois. Tickets are available at Waterman's Loft. And if you can't attend but still want to watch, they have tickets available so you can watch online. So look at that. Oh, what do you think? Is this pretty? Oh, good, Colleen. Oh, I'm excited. sure to say hello. So, okay, here we go with the hearts. Boy, this one's fun, isn't it? This feels like very undersea to me. Anybody else agree? Thank you. Thank you, Colleen. I appreciate that, confirming the dates. I can remember what day I'm leaving because it's my mother-in-law's birthday. And I just know I need to be there. I come in on Thursday, so I'm driving with all of my stuff. So there we go. We're ready to print. Oh, I love this one. I think I say that with all of them, though. I'm ready. All right, I've got a, oh, I didn't bring, yeah, I did. I need to get a drink. All this yakking. It looks like it's showing fairly well on the screen. Look at this pretty one. My husband's laughing at me, guys. Yeah. See, they've all been so different. I have to make sure the paint is off of my fingers before I grab the new one, or it will have a spot of color on it. You can feel the cotton stretch when it gets wet, when it goes onto the surface. Oh, I wish I had something I could use on these little pieces. Can you guys see that when it starts? I'm sorry, it doesn't look like it's buffering on my end, but it could be me. I'm sorry if it is. I have really bad internet service. My feed doesn't look like it's buffering. Here. Oh, these are turning out very pretty. Sorry, Carolyn. Yeah, mine looks okay here. Alright, I'm not even going to bother showing you the first one because I know you can't see it. And again, they're just going into a bucket of fresh water. I'll hold this one up in case you can. Oh, good. Thank you, Margaret. Thank you, Colleen and Marilyn. All right. Thank you. I think we'll throw some more stones on the next one. All right. So I'm just moving these around a little bit in the fresh water just to kind of well, it rinses the paint off my hands, number one, but it also just, you know, that when they're moving around in the water, it helps get the excess paint off. So, and there's a car going by. Hopefully that's not too loud. You can do it on shirts. If you do it on a shirt, you have to remember that the front and the back will not be the same. You know the cardboard forms that you put in a t-shirt if you're doing painting on the front and not on the back? You would have to use one of those. And then you have to have a tray that's large enough to accommodate whatever piece of cloth or whatever your item is. So you'd need a large, great, thank you, Lynn. You'd need a very large, let's go this way. I have all these half pieces. You'd need a large tray. They don't have to be too deep, but you need, depending on how many times you're going to print, because every time I clean the tray, it takes some of the water out of the tray. So you'd need a tray that fit the size of your shirt. But you can do it. And I think it would be very difficult. You'd almost need 4 people to hold it out, you know, like on the sleeves. You know, one on the sleeve with both sleeve pieces and one on the bottom, keeping it all nice and flat, because if it's not completely flat, you're not going to get a good print of the surface of the paint. And then when you pull it out, you can't like flip it over and print it. Well, you can flip it over and print again, but it's not going to look anything like the first side, and it's going to be lighter in color. All right. Go back to doing it this way. I was wishing I had some small pieces of cloth to take up these extras, and then I could figure out. I'm going to have to get some white cotton and just have it some prepared so I can just use up the extra paint and then do something with it. It'd be nice if I could just lay the other cloth on there in between everything, and then that would take up all the paint and I wouldn't have to spend so much time cleaning the tray. All right, let's take this stuff out of here. Now, I don't know what time it is here, but I'm going to check the time, and I may just finish out, not on live, if I'm just going too long. I know I'm going to have to quit when my husband goes to bed, because I can't do it alone. It takes 2 people to print, to hold that. You saw how I have to hold the cloth nice and taut when it hits the surface. Oh, thank you, Kara. I appreciate it. You know what would be fun is, in my mind, I don't know if this is going to work, but I have an idea on something that's monogrammed, or if there's an emblem or something like that. I think, and I could be completely wrong, but I think if you took wax, like, you know when do you know what, what's it called? When they paint on silk, they have a resist, that wax resist. If you took that and put it over, are you Central Time in Kansas? I think you might be. So you're an hour, so it's only 8:30. if you put the resist wax over the emblem, then you could marble the rest of the piece. And then but with the emblem remaining intact. In my mind, that will work. Now, whether it does in real life, my mind is sometimes a scary place. Because I have all kinds of ideas rattling around in there. So I've only been on for about an hour. That's not terrible yet. I just don't I probably have about 15 minutes. I think I have enough to do one more set before he goes to bed. So what color should we use for the base this time? Should we use, purple's awfully dark. That might consume everything. Awesome, Margaret. Oh, that's exciting. Yes. Well, no, not like silk screening. But just it's where they put the silk out, and then you kind of take a design and you resist where you don't want the color. And then let's see, I need to get busy here. I guess let's do a yellow. I think I've done a yellow once already, but that's okay. Well, my concern is, Lynn, if I do a purple base, it's so dark that the other colors might not pop off there very nice. But I guess we could try it. Purple's just, I have a lavender. Let's use the lavender base. It's very, very pale, but it does give everything a little bit of lavender. Okay, now I have to remember what I'm doing. I started to, oh, you know what? I can do that. I'm going to throw stones. I'm going to throw all of it. Every color that we put on here now, this time, I'm going to just throw it on instead of dripping. And we're just going to fill it up that way. See, you can barely see the lavender. When it comes out in the tray, when I print, it will have a nice lavender tone to it. And I'm going to put some blue in here also, so it's not too feminine. Oh, good, Kara. Oh, great. Please say hi when you're there and come and see me. Now, sometimes I don't even know my own name, so you'll have to remind me. All right, so there's the lavender. Let's throw in a little bit of purple. And then this time, instead of just swirling, I'll show you what happens when I use the tools, when you've just thrown it. I'm smarter when I do my shows. I offer my customers an apron, and I always wear one that has paint everywhere on it, because I'm a hand wiper. Don't like anything on my hands, so. Okay, so let's use, I wanted to use a little bit of blue. Hello, Beverly. How are you? Lisa, you're going to be there also? Oh, I'm excited. Yeah, when the artists throw the stones with their little brushes, I just always am amazed that they seem to keep it so contained. I know I'm not very good at that. And now I'm going to use a little bit of a light green. And this is probably along the same tone as the lavender that I used. Again, the colors do not blend when they're on the surface of the water. We need something bright now. I think I'll do a little bit of this light blue. Oh, welcome, Beverly. I'm so happy you're here to watch. This is called Ebru water marbling. I am just floating paint on the surface of the water. Ordinarily, well, this is just one of the ways you can apply the paint to the surface. And this is called throwing stones. You can also just drip it, one drip at a time from the bottle or the dropper. Let's see, we need something bright in here. So I guess we'll just add a little sunshine. I can add a little orange too. I don't have to add very much. Look at how the purple that I put in there. Look how it's kind of being pushed back and getting very, very, here I have this kind of a purpley, a lighter orange. Let's use that. It's getting pushed back and kind of outlining everything. Just looking very intense. It's really fun to use it's kind of like broom straw, and you just bundle it up and then tap it on your finger and it kind of splatters like this. Remember the old splatter painting kind of? If anybody did that in the 80s. It needs something, guys. What's it need? More purple, do you think? Maybe just a little bit of green? A darker green? I'm making, I can't read your whole message right now, Margaret. I'll go back and read it later. I'm making handkerchiefs. I have a friend who lost her son at 12 weeks of age because of a neuroblastoma, cancer, and a heart problem. And his mommy and daddy started a foundation. It's called the Lion Heart Owen Foundation. And they are putting together some goodie bags on the anniversary of Owen's 5th year in heaven. And these, unfortunately, the parents that are there still need handkerchiefs because they go through a lot of tissues. There's a lot of tears shed. And so we are making these handkerchiefs to put in the goodie bags. So when she goes up, that was a, did I not add a dark green? I did not add a dark green. Let's do a dark green. Good idea. So these handkerchiefs are going to go in the goodie bags that the Lion Heart Owen Foundation is putting together. And his mommy asked if I would, yeah, I did some dark green. I thought I did. Let's see. Let's add a little bit more of the blue. So these are, I put a heart on each one, and I'm about ready to do the magic here in just a second. Once I manipulate, I'm going to drop in a little more of this nice bright blue. Yes, I agree, bless their hearts. Boy, they've been through it, and they have two beautiful, healthy little boys now, and they have their angel Owen looking after them. Okay, let's see. I used a red orange, or I mean a pale orange. Now let's use a little bit brighter. This is what it needed. Look at that. This is what it needed. Something to just brighten it up a little bit. Okay. So again, we're going to use all the things on this one. I want to show you, so last time we just swirled it. There's one pass, and now I have to go find my thing so I can do the one that's missing. Okay, so there's the one pass. And now I'm going to use the little one first. Dana, I've already used a blue, the darkest blue I have. I've used actually all three of the blues in here. That's what I'm going to like about the other. Look how pretty that is. Do I want to go over it again or not? And all I did was take that and run it back and forth. Should I leave it or should I go through it again? I think I should leave it. I think I'm going to leave this, and then when I drop the hearts in, oh, thank you. Oh, I'm happy with it. And that's what's fun. You get something in your mind, and then you can, whoops, there I am leaning on the table again. Totally change your mind. Great minds, guys, great minds. All right, there we go. And those are the dots where I'm going to make the hearts. There we go. And one more heart to go. All right. So I'll get my hubby and we'll get this printed. Oh, the dogs next door are going crazy. I'm ready, dear. Can you hear the dogs next door? Somebody just drove by. Oh, I love this one. I love them all. So after this, I'll have one more tray. And if I can get him to stay up and do one more tray, then I'll just go ahead and finish this out. Are you going to be up for one more tray after this? And then I'll be done. Thank you. Look at that. Isn't it just like magic when it prints onto the cloth? See, my fingers are all painty when I dip them in there. So interesting when you can feel it stretch as you put it in the water. There we go. Okay, so let me start taking them out. I know you can't see them. Oh, these are turning out so fun. And again, I started with the lavender base, and you can just get a touch of the lavender. I don't know if you can see that. Oh, it just has to set just a second. As soon as you can see it come through, it's done. I just am placing all four because I can't pull one out until they're all in place. All right, and here's the last one in this tray. Look how fun and cheerful that is. Hi, Alyssa. We've just been working away here. I know you were busy with the boys and the hubby and having dinner and all those mom things. Thank you. I tell you, it just gets more and more fun. I know, I can't wait either, Alyssa. It just makes me so excited that I get to be a part of this. There we go. We've got 4 more to do. Oh, I wish you were here too. We would have a blast. 4 more. We've got the ones I did last night are dry. They're still hanging up in the guest bathroom. I put an extra bar across the shower, and so all the wet things get to hang in there. So if I have company, it's going to be a mad dash to get the bathroom cleaned out. But it works perfectly because my husband and I are empty nesters. Our baby just started her senior year of high school, of college today. So we have all this space that we just can use and do as we please. Oh, thank you, Colleen. Oh. Hi, Brody. Hi, Henry. Hi, guys. I'm doing this for Owen. Oh yeah, I forget you're an hour behind us, aren't you, Alyssa? I'm not used to not being on Pacific time yet, and I've been up here for years now. Okay, so here I'm going to clean out. So Alyssa, tell me what color you would like me to start with as the base on this round. Since you're here, you can direct the colors. Aw. Hi, Henry. You be a good boy for Mommy, okay? All right, so let me drag it one more time. If I can get my fingers aren't working. Okay, so I'm just going to drag this one more time. Oh, Alyssa, if the boys were here, I would let them help do one. That would be incredible. That would be a treasure. I know. We've done a lavender base. The last ones were lavender, just a tint of lavender. And then we've done white and yellow, and I think we did one with no, we didn't do a purple base. We did the lavender. I haven't done a green base. Oh, wouldn't that, oh, I would love to do that. Children just love it. So we have white, yellow, let's see, we have to save the red for the hearts. Orange, blue, teal. There's a light pink, but it's very, very light pink. Whoops. Hold on, guys. My battery on my phone's running out. I'll be right back. Battery on my phone's dying. Alright, I'm back. I have to plug this thing in before it dies completely. Alright, we have power again. Blue, okay, we will do blue. I don't think we've done a blue base. Let's use this one. Okay. Just for Brody, here we go. Yes. Absolutely. So again, we're just going to throw the stones. This is just putting the base layer down in the tray. Trying not to get it on my clothes or on the garage floor. And there I go, tripping over the bucket again. I really like that all these drops, when you do it like this, are different sized. Very random, because you know me, I have to, oh, it's not, I need one over here, I have to have one over there, balance, and this just gives it a random feel. Sorry I have my back to my phone, guys, while I'm doing this. Okay, just a little bit more. Uh-oh, my phone went off. It's time for bed. I could do this all night. I have to get up at 5 to get ready and get into work. And I swear I could do this all night long. Okay, and now they said some sunshine. So now we're going to add the sunshine. Blue of the sky, and then the sunshine that goes with it. You know, they're all so different. I can, for these versus the ones that I dropped in, are going to be so fun. They all have such a different feel to them. Alright. Now let's put in a little bit of bright orange. Again, this is called Throwing Stones, Ebru water marbling. I don't think I've gotten very much on the table, knock on wood. Oh, isn't that pretty? Okay, I think I'm going to put in just a little bit of white to make these colors a little bit more intense. Oh, thank you, Carolyn. Because this just pushes all the colors out and just brightens them up. Now I'm going to come in with a lighter blue. No, actually, you know what? I'm going to get this really blue. Oh, I just love doing this. All right, there we are. I think that's good. Any other requests, do you think? I don't have a lime green, unfortunately. If you missed our conversation earlier, I just have basic colors that I can lighten and darken. I can mix them together, but I tend to come up with baby poop, so that's not a good idea. I have a bright green. We'll put in just a touch more sunshine, and then we'll call it good. What I love is you can just layer this and layer it. Oh, look how pretty that is. Okay. Now we're going to use the wide comb first. big one across. Now that I've gone up and down, this is kind of fun because I'm going to be printing 4 different ones. I don't have to have the whole thing the same. Nice big fluid motion. All right, there's that, and now I'll drop in the red hearts. Oops, leaning on the tray again. Give those a chance. If you watch the circles now, they'll expand and then they'll start to contract again. And they'll get a little bit smaller. So while that's doing that, I'm going to put some of my, I tend to scatter. I sew just the same way as I work on this. I just drag everything all over the place. These are nice big hearts here. It's so hard to pick a favorite. But since Brody was helping with this one, that makes it extra special. So let me get Wayne and we'll get these printed. Ready, dear? So these are the last 4 and then they'll all be printed. Alyssa, the labels came today. I was so excited when I opened them, and they look fantastic. I'll send you a photo of them. Even from end to end, no 2 will be exactly, come this way a little bit. No 2 will be exactly the same. Okay. This is the magic. And there we go. They're all done. How exciting. Thank you, dear. All right, so I just make sure that all the hems are in the water. They've been painted. So I'm taking this one out. You can't see, I know. Right into the water. Out. Oops, I think we must have lost it. Are we still live, guys? It looks like it. Can't tell. Hopefully I didn't lose it right at the end. But there's this one. All the hearts come out a little bit different. And that's the last one to come from the tray, and we are done with that part. I can't tell. Are you still there? Oh, you are still there. Okay. So let me bring the bucket over here, and I'll quickly go through. I've got to transfer them to a container that I can take in the house. Let me come to the other side. Rather than dragging the bucket of water over by the extension cord, I'll go the other way. Now they're going to come out in no particular order. So here's one. This is kind of one of the ones I just pulled out. It's hard to get them to not stick to themselves. Try to at least get them right side up. There's one. This one's so fun. The ends are folded in, but you can get the idea. This one has a double heart on it. This is one of the, I'm not even going to show you this one. This is one of the last ones. I just showed that to you, so. There's that one. Trying to get them facing forward so the bright side is. There's this one. That one. And what I'll do, I'll go in and rinse these again and then hang them up and let them dry overnight, and then I'll press them all and stitch on the labels and then get them shipped off to Alyssa. This is the one that has that little bit of lavender in the background. You can just get a touch of it. There's not very much. You can just get a feel for it. And this one again is the same way. But look, they're all different. one of the last ones. I know I had some with an orange background yesterday, but I don't think they look just like this. Oh, this one's pretty. Look at here. Another one of the same tray. Oops, upside down. Oh, this is so fun. Nope. You can't see them. They've kind of sunk some of them to the bottom, so I don't know how many are left. This feels like it might be the last one. Yep, that's it. That's all of them. So now I just have to get... I know, I don't think I could either. I just have to get the mess cleaned up and get those inside and rinsed and hung, and then it'll be bedtime. So thank you all for joining me tonight. I appreciate you keeping me company while I work. It's very enjoyable for me to have someone to talk to. So I will see you again. And have a wonderful week, everyone. I'll be posting photographs of the finished pieces, and so look for those on the page. So thank you. Good night, everyone.